G'day, so Memphis is back for his second 2-week stint. He's wanting to move his feet when I pull his cinch up there. So I'm just going to play with that till he stops his feet. Good, give him a pat. Good. Brought him up nice and firm there. Just going to do a little bit of groundwork with him first before I do anything else. Just see where he's at, turn on the thinking side of his brain, get him listening. Good. Good. Check his hindquarter yield. Nice. Good kid. We'll check our lateral flexion this side. Very nice. I really like how his first movement, when I pick up there, he actually breaks at the wither and the pole just a little and drops into that before he comes around the corner. I really like that. And we'll yield a hindquarter. I really like how he's crossing underneath himself mostly there. He's there. So I'm not gonna, when he's stepping heel to heel, sort of shuffling around there, I'm not gonna release at that point. I'm gonna release when he steps under himself. I'm gonna start sort of refining these things and looking for the correct steps, not just any step. I'll just do a little bit of desensitizing. If he's moving his feet, I'm just going to keep chucking the rope over at that same spot till he stops his feet. Good. Do both sides. I'm going to spend a lot of time on this because we've done heaps of it. I'm literally just checking on it. He did have a little bit of head shyness at this when we first started working on it. That's all gone away. That's awesome. And we'll change eyes here now. Nice. Nice. Good kid. Well done. Right, so I just want to yield a hindquarter and then yield a forequarter. Good. Just want to back up, wait until he makes the correct step. There, good. So he's wanting to back up away from that pressure and not yield his shoulder. So I'll just work on that, keep working on that, keep working on that until he makes a step in the right direction. We'll yield a hindquarter here. Draw this forequarter through. Good. Good. Nice. I'll send him off here now. Nice and relaxing how he goes about that. I'll ask him for a trot, just point. Good. And I'll take his nose and change directions. Yield the hindquarter, draw the shoulder through. Good. So he didn't get out of the way of that rope there. He sort of hesitated and so the rope touched his neck. So that's alright, it's his job to get out of the way of that rope. He'll learn that, he'll sharpen up that movement. We'll yield the hindquarter. Much better. Good. Now I'm going to yield a hindquarter and back him up. Yield a hindquarter. Good. Nice. just going to check on something, oh, well, not check on it, I'm going to try something a bit new with him that I haven't done yet. So we're going to start doing a little bit more with lateral work, coming off legs with him. So I'm going to get him side passing off the fence. You stomp your feet at me. So I want to bring him around me here. I sort of want him to start from the fence. I don't want him off the fence when I start it. That's good. So I'm just going to use the fence. I'm going to send him off around me, and I'm going to use the fence to block his forward movement, and then I'll apply energy to his rib cage and see if we can get him to side pass. Good. Perfect. Not bad for a first try, kid. Well done. Well done. And we'll do that the other way. Send him around. So I'm using, same as I'm asking for a backup. He's wanting to back up there, send him back into the fence. He's wanting to back up, send him back into the fence. There, good. So that was just a sideways step with no backup. And after I released the pressure, released the energy, he did yield his hind quarter away a little bit. But, you know, we're not asking for perfect here. Like, this is the first time we've worked on this, so I'm actually pretty pleased, especially that first try at it going the other way. So let him have a little think there. A little bit of action going on around his nose there, a little bit of twitching and flinching, and so just wait for some of that to sort of work itself out. That sort of tells me that he's dealing with some stuff mentally, sort of processing. What I can do to sort of help speed that up, so I know he knows how to relax himself, so I can do a hyoid release, where I just put my thumbs in the sides of his mouth there onto his bars and just trigger that licking and chewing. Good. Alright, so we'll go the other way. Good. That's perfect that way. He's a little bit unco with it the other way, but that way he crosses over in front, doing everything right there. That's really, really nice. We'll send him back the other way. On you go, mate. You want him to back up. He knows something's coming. Every time he backs up, I'm going to send him back into the fence. Good. So he's not making quite a correct step there. So just keep, I'm not going to be overly fussy with that, being we've only just started working on it. But it's something I'm going to work on refining a little bit as we go. We'll try that. What was that, mate? Get a little gust of wind up your bum. Alright, we'll send him on again. Bring him around me. Ask for a little extra. He's wanting to back away from the fence there. Block his nose. Good. So I asked for an extra little bit there, but when I asked for that extra little bit, he sort of stuck his head in the air. He thought, oh, what am I doing? And he's wanted to back away and then come forwards, and he sort of wasn't real sure about the extra steps. So I'll just keep, when that sort of thing happens, I'll just keep going with it until we get a correct step. We'll come back around this way. He wants to back away. Send him back to the fence. I'm gonna send him around me here. He's wanted to go the wrong way there. So I'm going to get him to do some circles here. Because he's sort of done the wrong thing there. And he's done that a few times now where his first reaction there is to back away. So I'm going to work on this a little bit with him now. And so now you come around to the fence. I'm going to cut into the fence here. Good. Good. Better. So that's the first time going this direction that he stepped across in front. But he was a little bit uncoordinated in how he went about it. He sort of half tripped over himself. So I think this is more than anything is an issue where he's just a little bit one-sided. So we'll work on that again. I'll send him off this way. And come around me there. I'll step into the fence. Send him back to the fence. He got in the way of the rope. Good, perfect, perfect. He really got off that with some energy too. I really like that a lot. Good kid.